So in this problem we have to construct the development of the pentagonal prism. You can see in this first we have to construct a pentagon of dimension 20 mm and axis height 50. So it is resting with one of its rectangular faces parallel to VP. Okay, so first here I'm going to construct a pentagon with respect to the lateral face parallel to the XY line. First I'll be drawing XY line here. So XY line thickness I'll be considering 0.13. You can, as I mentioned, you can consider 0.25 also, no problem. You can mention X, Y, VP and HP because we are considering a first quadrant. So mentioning of the X, Y and VP, HP is important because you need to mention in which quadrant you are doing it. Okay, we are doing in the first quadrant. Now I'll be constructing a pentagon with respect to the, so lateral face should be parallel to the XY. So I'll go to the polygon by center. I will type 5 sides and then I will keep the pentagon with respect to the lateral face parallel to the XY. Now I will go to smart dimension, select the parallel edge, and now I will change the dimension, type 20, enter. You will get the pentagon of dimension 20. Select it, select the whole pentagon and place it properly where you want. Okay, now we can give the naming for this pentagon like as it is there in the solution book, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, now we draw the projection lines. Okay, and we draw the perpendicular bisector. At least we draw 3 perpendicular bisector to find out the center of the pentagon here. Okay, projection lines we have to draw here from all these points. Okay, now we have to draw the front view of it. So first I'll be drawing an axis for a length of 50 mm, then all the vertical edges I'll be drawing for the same length. Okay, now we are getting here a rectangular face in the front view, so you can join it. Show the dimension for this front view. Okay, now you can mention the naming for the front view, that is A dash, same way we are mentioning it for the front view, so you can mention it. Okay, so now we have to draw an section plane, the section line. So it has to be at the top extreme corner of the pentagon and it has to have angle of 30 degree with respect to the axis here. Okay, so if you give minus 150, it will not take, it will take from the corner end for the top face, but we should make sure that section line, it has to be have angle 30 degree with respect to the axis. Okay, for that I'll be drawing one section line from the corner, then I will give the angle with respect to the axis. Okay, just see that. First I will draw a straight line Then after that I will give the angle. Okay, now I'll measure the angle and I can change it. So I'm getting here 38, I will type it to 30. So now you can see that, so we have drawn an section plane exactly at the right extreme corner point, and it is having an angle of 30 degree with respect to the axis. So that upper part I'll be making as thin line. For that I'll be using a split command. Okay, using the split command I can split it. Okay, so it will be easy for us to make the upper part thin. Okay, by selecting the lines we'll be making thin line. Okay, okay, now we have to give the numericals, that is 1 to 3 where we have actually done the cutting. Okay, this point it is 1. Now you can see it is not exactly falling on the vertical edge of A, so that's why I will be drawing a projection line downward here, so that I will be getting the one point where it is exactly cutting in the top face. Okay, zoom in, you will get the exact point and draw a straight downward line. Okay, this is where you are getting a 1, and 2 you are getting exactly on the vertical edge B. Okay, three you are getting exactly on the vertical edge C, and 4 also getting on the D. Okay, and for the E also you're getting exactly on the E point vertical edge. Another point we getting that is point number 6. Okay, the point number 6 we are getting in between E and A. Okay, in between E and A I'm denoting it. Okay, now using split command I'm going to get the length of from A to 1 and A to 6. Okay, you have to split it exactly. Okay, you can split it and then measure the dimension. You have to split it here. Okay, and see here there is intersection of these two lines over there, that's why. So I'm not able to get it properly, but you try it by zooming it, you can get the exact point. And zoom in and check the dimension for it, but in the solution book they have mentioned wrong. Okay, this is what the actual length you will get. In solution book, in some of the part they have done mistake, so you can rectify in these problems, you can correct it. So cut it properly using a split command. I'll be selecting that vertical edge and then zoom it and click. So you'll get the exact point. It's not 10 mm, it is 11 point something you'll get. But in the solution book they have mentioned 10 mm. It's not the exact 10 mm. It is more than that. Okay. So this is what he has shown in the solution book, but that is not correct, because it is cutting exactly more than the half of it. You just see that projection line which has been coming downward. It is 11 point something. In the solution book they have done a mistake here. It's not 10 mm, it's more than that, and that is also not 3.83. it is about 4. You will get about more than 4. Okay, so you have to do the splitting correctly and then you can check it. When you do the solution you will get the exact answer. Okay. Okay, this line I will select. Now I'm going to split it exactly where it is cutting it. Sometimes by trying so many times you will get the exact solution. Okay, so it is 11.3, it is not 10. Okay guys, remember it, it's not 10 mm, it is 11.3. Okay, now we draw an parallel line. Okay, from that point we'll be drawing a parallel line. I'll be drawing a vertical edge. Now using offset command I'll be drawing 5 lines of this. Okay, 6 lines totally, 5 faces. Okay, use offset command, give distance of 20 mm because pentagon having dimension 20. So type 20 and enter, click, you will get the 5 faces. Okay, you can mention the naming for it. It is in capital ABCD, you can mention it, ABCDEA. Okay, now we have to mark the first point 1, but first point 1 it is not exactly falling on the vertical edge, it is at a distance of 4.32. So I will go to the arc by center point, and I will measure the distance of 4.32 from the A point, and I will cut the arc 4.32. Okay, so for point 1 and 6 we need to cut the arc. Other than that, over 2, 3, 4, 5 we are getting on the vertical edges. Okay, it is easy, just by projecting a horizontal line you can get all the points. Now you can see that point number 2, just by projecting horizontal line you get it on the vertical edge B here. And then point 3 you get it on the vertical edge C at the top extreme corner, just mention 3. And the point 4 you get it on the vertical edge D here. And point 5 also you can get it on the E point here, vertical edge G. Just project the horizontal line from that point. Okay, now from the point number 6 we have to cut the arc for 11.3 here. So go to arc by center. Measure the length of 11.3, type 11.3 and give enter, and enter. Okay, this is your point number 6. Now we have to connect all this 1, 2, 3, 4 with the straight line. Using straight line we will go to connect this. So join all these 1, 2, 3 point numericals, okay, with the straight line. So connect all these points with the thick line in the upper part. Okay, the upper part we have to make it thin by selecting it. Some of the lines it is directly selected, we can select it and make it thin, and some of the lines we need to split it. Okay, however it is there in that solution book, we are doing the same way. Okay, so I'm going to make those lines as thin lines by selecting 0.13 Then these two vertical lines I'm going to split it. By splitting them, so I can make them thin here. So this completes the problem. You can subscribe for the channel and hit on the bell icon for the latest notification and share it to the maximum students so they get benefited. So in this problem we have to construct a pentagonal prism and it should be drawn with the shown here. We have to draw the element like this. So top and front view given in the question. So that means you have to construct a pentagonal prism and height 40 and then we have to cut it like this. The same way I have constructed the top and front view of it. Now we have to draw the development for this. Okay, so I need to mention this 1 2 3 4. I can mention it. So all these points are exactly falling on the vertical edges. One is on AA1 and 2 is on BB1. Okay, and 3 it is on CC1 and DD, and 4 it's on DD1 vertical edge, and 5 on the vertical edge G here. Okay, so now we draw the parallel line here, parallel to the XY line. So draw a vertical line here. I use offset command here, offset command, and give the distance of 20 here. Pentagonal prism having each of the side 20 mm. So select this line and give 20 and then click on the right side. So you need to get 5 faces here. Okay, here can give capital A, B, C, D, E here. Okay, can mention here capital A, capital B, C, D, E here. Okay, and here you can draw a horizontal line from this 1 2 3 4. You can draw a horizontal line. You can get it exactly here because on the vertical edges you're getting all the points here. You can draw here horizontal lines here. So you can draw here from one point, then from the point number 2 also you can draw. Okay, so you can mention here. So point number 1 we are getting on the vertical edge of A here, and point number 2 we are getting on the vertical edge B here. And point number 3 it is there on the vertical edge C, but the extreme corner end we have it. And point number 4 you have it on the vertical edge D. You can draw a straight line here. And point number 5 we have it on the vertical edge here E. Okay, now we have to connect all this 1 2 3 4 with the straight line using connect it and complete the development of it. Okay, join all these points to get the development. In the upper part of it, you can make it thin. Okay, for that you can use the split command so that you can get the exact points here. So the lower part of the development, we have to make it thick here. The upper part we should make it thin here, so that's why you can use the split command. Okay, and then select and make it 0.13 mm. Okay, okay, by making this thin, so that completes the problem. You can subscribe for this channel and hit on the bell icon for the latest notification, and like for the channel and share it to the maximum students so that they can be benefited. Thank you all for watching the video.